Hello, Learning Birds. This is Mr. Buffington, and this lesson is about personal essays. We're going to talk about what a personal essay is, how I write a personal essay, some special notes about it, and where can I find more information about personal essays. First off, a personal essay is an essay where you express your personal feelings. Now, every essay that you write to a certain extent is expressing your opinion and your feelings, your conclusions based on research or whatever, but this is a special kind that doesn't require research. It can be about a topic of interest, or it can be a narrative or a story about something that happened in your life. So they're very personal stories and don't require the research or the background or things like that other types of essays require. The parts of a personal essay, depending on the type, you might have a 5-paragraph essay, which you know I love, where we have the introduction with our attention getter and thesis. We support the thesis using details, and then we have a conclusion. An example of this might be, what is your favorite animal? And you could say, I love the sloth. What an active creature. And you list some details why you like the sloth, and then the body of the essay would be supporting those details, and then you would give a conclusion. So you would still have an organization, although you're expressing your opinion about what you like best, which type of animal or whatever the topic may be. Now, special note about organization. Personal narratives do not follow the 5-paragraph essay style. Personal narrative is more like a story that you're telling, so it won't follow a 5-paragraph formal organized essay style. However, they should still have some kind of organization, whether it's a chronological, like in order of passage of time, what happened first and next, and so on, or whatever type of organization, but it needs to have some kind of organized structure so that there's an identifiable purpose and the readers can follow where you're going with it. Another note about personal essays is that the entire essay is your opinion, so you don't use the phrase "in my opinion." And that's a personal preference. As an English teacher, while grading papers, I don't like to see that. I know it's your opinion, just cut it out of there and it'll make the essay a little stronger. It's also the only type of essay where an I statement is appropriate. If you're asking for your favorite season or your favorite animal or your favorite something or something that you gained from an experience, you need to answer it using I statements. Otherwise, it won't fit the topic that you're being asked to write about. As a side note, as a reader, you need to identify if what you're reading is a personal essay, especially if you're doing research. If you're doing research for a research paper, you don't want to use someone else's personal essay as a source, unless they're an expert in that field or something like that, because that wouldn't be as strong of a source for a research paper. So just keep your eye out for that as well. I wanted to give some examples of personal essay assignments, something that you may be able to see while you're out there getting assignments. This is a very common one. Describe a time in your life where you learned a very important lesson. This type of assignment will require that you use I statements, because you need to answer a question that's very appropriate to you. What's important to me, what I learned, where I went on this experience, whatever. So it would definitely be appropriate to use I statements in an essay like this, and you're going to be sharing a lot of personal insights. Another example is, what is your favorite time of year and why? We've talked about this briefly, but this essay could be formal, where you just say, winter is the best time of the year because of this, this, and this. And then this, and this, the examples would become the supporting details, and then you would make a conclusion where you revisit the conclusion, the thesis in your conclusion. You could also make it less formal by stating it's a time that you like because of these things that you experienced perhaps. So this type of essay question actually is very open. You can have a personal essay that has a little bit more of a formal tone or more of an informal tone depending on your writing style. I wanted to point out a couple of resources here. First off, learningbird.com. Check out that. Look for other videos about personal essays. And if you look down there, the Purdue University Online Writing Lab has specific information about narrative essays and descriptive essays. These are two types of personal essays, so you can see the differences there and use that information to kind of help you as you're writing personal essays. Hope that lesson's been helpful for you. Have a great day, Learning Birds.